Hi, Gemini. Happy birthday. I'm dressed up in winter gear for your birthday because there were 16 inches of snow that fell last night. And that is sort of a really good metaphor of what Gemini season is going to be like, not just for you guys, but really for everybody. So, it's like time doesn't exist anymore. It's really going to feel like time doesn't exist anymore. Mercury is currently in retrograde, and it has really shown us like where patience is needed in our lives and where there's a lot of needing to go inward. And I think that, your season is the coolest part of it is really the learning how to stand up for ourselves is really going to be coming out of a lot from your season. So we're going to start off with just a lot of energy, looking at the cards that we get. All right. There's something that you know that you're walking away from, and like it's just clear as day. You understand it from an outside perspective, but there's a lot of inner there's an inner journey that you're really going on, and that may be the whole premise really behind your birthday season, and the whole the recognition of what comes next for you. Let's look. So we have the Hermit is the first card that came out. So coming into June, you want to be by yourself. There may even be a Virgo energy that you're trying to move away from, but I felt instantly that Hermit energy is you, and it's something that you're really wanting to move. You just kind of want to be by yourself. The next one is you guys. So there's that King of Swords. And then we have the Eight of Cups. Bottom row, we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Empress. And we have the High Priestess. And it's not getting past me that you're starting the month off in a Virgo energy, and about mid-month you're in a Piscean energy. It's all very, very intuitive. Everything that's happening for you in June has to be extremely intuitive, and that means that you have to put the swords away. You have to stop trying to define things logically. This Mercury retrograde that will go direct on June 3rd, and then the post shadow is done on June 18th. So by mid-month, we're clear of that. But this Mercury retrograde showed us where we needed to have the patience in our lives. And if we weren't showing up for ourselves, then we were going to lack all of that patience for sure in really big ways, more ways than one. The eclipse season, wiped out the things that you needed to recognize that are no longer of value for you. Where are you wasting your energy on resourcing for other people when you could easily be using your energy for something else? There was just, these huge shifts and questions. And then now as we come into your season, it's almost as if it's like time to process. So, the Hermit and the King of Swords and the Eight of Cups in a very big way, you know that you're going on this journey there, and you're very focused on it. There's something that is extremely a huge focus for you, and the determination is wonderful. I want to remind you that you are a Gemini. And For Geminis, if you fall too much into being the serious side and the responsible side, it's almost like you fall into a depression in a way, because you also need to have that fun and that freedom balance, being social and being with your friends. And if you take too much time by yourself, you can often think yourself into something darker. Now, if that's something darker, if something reemerges from that darkness and you find yourself healing something that you needed to heal, that's absolutely great. You have Saturn also retrograding, and so there's going to be a lot of looking at the lessons for expanding yourself. That Saturn will be retrograde in your 9th house. So learning more about who you are and what your belief systems are is going to be a huge theme for you until October. And, do I want to, in what ways do I want to expand myself, and working with the community. But the way that you can trip yourself up, like I said, if you get too far into that journey, you can really start overthinking and using Mercury in the opposite way that you use it. Virgos use Mercury in the foreboding. 8 of Swords is a Virgo energy, right? So there could be a Virgo also that you're having to walk away from, but there also is, we have Libra and Taurus and Pisces energy here too. So if you're feeling kind of left out as well, it may feel like you're sort of second-guessing community, second-guessing the people that care about you. All of these things can drive a person crazy if you let it. The High Priestess and the Empress down here with the 8 of Swords makes me feel like the less faith that you have in yourself, because really the High Priestess and the Empress are both about having faith in yourself. And the more you second guess yourself and the less faith you have in yourself, the harder it's going to be for you to plant those seeds. The Empress is the beginning. She's the mother energy. And this is the kind of nurturing that we often have to learn to give ourselves as we get older, because no matter how amazing your mom was, and like maybe she was the greatest of mothers, but no matter how bad or how amazing your mom was, we still need to learn how to mother ourselves and to nurture ourselves. Because at the end of the day, nobody's going to perfectly know how to do that except us, right? And always with that Empress energy, the more we're nurturing ourselves, the more that we can pour out and the more that we can give. For some of you, I feel like you're wondering if you're ever going to be a mom, and that's the journey that you're on, and there's a big fat question mark for you. And I think that when it comes down to asking ourselves or asking the universe or wanting to manifest whether we're going to have children or whether we're not going to have children, there's so many possibilities that are out there that not crowding your ego with all of the reasons why you can't have children will be the easiest way to not suffer through that. But a lot of this is just the relationship with yourself feels very inward. It feels very much like you're going within in the first part of May, or I'm sorry, the first part of June, the first part of Gemini, the second part of Gemini season. You're kind of going within yourself and recognizing where it is that you need to go, right? The 8 of Cups is like, where is it that I need to go where I feel like I belong? Where is it that I need to go? And the Sagittarius moon, the full moon that happens on the 16th, there will be this really big energy of showing up for yourself. The full moon will be happening in your 7th house, and people will come out of the woodwork that are not good for you. We'll still sort of be in that Mercury post-shadow period too for a couple more days, like 4 more days, I think, after that Sagittarius full moon. But like we have that full moon and then some pretty big energy clearing, clearing energy and looking at, our relationship styles and like how we have created the relationships in our lives and the structures in our lives. And do we have faith to be able to dismantle some things and, be able to resurrect stuff? So this Gemini season for you guys is just or June, just in general, moving into Cancer season, you're going to have so many opportunities to make new money for yourself, to bring in some new finances for yourself. And I think that the beginning of June is preparing you for that. And are you going to show up for yourself? And are you going to start doing things that bring you big fat yes in your belly instead of making you feel miserable that you have to like go continuously do? If you decide that you want to change your job during Cancer season, in June sometime or during Cancer season, that's going to be the perfect time of year for you to do it. But Gemini season is the buildup. So the time that you spend with yourself and really owning how amazing you are and not getting stuck in that loop of all the things that could go wrong or all the ways that things could just get scratched up in your mind, don't sabotage yourself. And time is going to feel like it's going really, really fast, and yet you're restricted in getting things done, okay? So the more patience that you have with yourself, right? And we're going to talk about this more. We're going to clarify this because I really want to get into this journey that you're on and whether you're actually going to be changing things in your life. And then we will also talk about the astrology. And yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful birthday season. I have 2 lovely Geminis of my own. My oldest is turning 21 in June, and my middle son is turning 19 in June. So June is always a really big month for me. And so I love Gemini season. I love Geminis. I love you guys. Bye.